kill frame rates and stuff in cities, because cities were always real populated and stuff. So, you know, at least you can tell that what I'm seeing here, yeah, this is really who is running around. So it's not like instance 1 out of 3 or anything like that. So hopefully as we go around, we will continue to see more and more people. Eclaus said, oh, let's see here. Oben says, only have one server and one Euro server. Yeah, when the game first came out, there was quite a few servers. But yeah, like a lot of games that, you know, people say are dying, yeah, they shrink the servers down. I mean, if you're lucky, maybe they're making a mega server, so it will hold thousands of people. But at least now, if you want to play with a friend, you kind of have a 50-50 chance of getting it right if you don't know what server they play on. So at least you got that going for you. Shiny Jim says, yep, Raiders uses the whole channel per area thing. Yeah, so a lot of games do. Star Trek Online uses it too, because every time we try to group up, we sometimes got to get into the right instance. Guild Wars 2 is notoriously famous for that already, but at least they've got some tools in place to help you navigate it a little bit better. But I don't think this has any such tools. I believe that it's just the world. I will say though, as far as graphics, this is one of the games, for whatever reason, I always enjoy the scenery. Oh, there's the scorpions. I always like the grass, the mountains look nice. It's the character models. I don't know what it is, but like when I compare a lot of Asian games and European MMOs or American MMOs, I like the cool Asian look. Sometimes it's kind of anime-ish, you know, the people are real sexy and they got cool armor. And then you come into a game like Vanguard and the people are just thick and bulky and just bleh. Bleh. And so, kind of like how I feel about Lord of the Rings. Excellent, excellent as far as the scenery. And let's talk about scale. That's one thing I always talk about Lord of the Rings is kind of like this sense of scale. Because you go into a dungeon, it just seems huge. Well, Vanguard, because it uses one open world, kind of like World of Warcraft, just an open world. You don't have to worry about a whole lot of zoning. Okay, there really is ocean over there. But like if I see something off in the distance, like I can really go to there. Like I can really go to that place. And because it is open world, the dungeons are open too. That was something that was a selling point when it first came out. So if I did wander my way over here, like you can't see where I'm pointing out on my screen, but like if I did run over here, that very well could be a dungeon and there's no zoning. You just run into it and start clearing it out. So you didn't have to wait for it to load or anything like that. That's kind of cool. And there was one, it was like a maze. It was like a graveyard maze or something like that. And they're huge too. So like this graveyard maze, you and some friends could run into it and like not find anybody else because they're huge as well. So that was a nice thing. You know, there might be some issues with kill stealing and you're trying to camp a boss or something like that. But for the most part, exploring the dungeons are so big, you really didn't worry too much about running into other people because they could be anywhere else in the dungeon. So there was some pretty cool stuff. Open says, yeah, a lot of the old timers are at end games, but probably not a lot of mid-population. So that's a good point too. You do have some folks that carried on, because like if you didn't have a separate subscription to this, but if you had like the station Sony Pass, then it's quite possible that, you know, some folks, well, I'm not going to say some, but yeah, it's quite possible that a lot of people have been actively playing this. I've played off and on because I've had a station pass it, you know, several times throughout my life, and like I said, I've got some characters on there, but I never really dedicated a bunch of time. There's just so many games. But yeah, mid-population, I could agree, will probably be low. Look, there's somebody probably flying. Yep, someone on a pet. Flying pets were fun too, because if you hit the right zone, your pet would disappear and you'd fall to your death. Alright, let's see. Oh, too far away. Let me run up here. Let me swap that. Can I swap it? Probably not in the middle of fighting. Kick. Got it. Don't worry. Alright, now can I just swap these? Maybe not. So I can just drag and drop it over, but it's not drag and dropping. Guess they're just stuck there. Let's see here, JCO240. That's how I feel about Lotro. I want to play because the lands look cool, but the characters are so awkward. Yeah, I'm real finicky over character models. Guild Wars 2 has great, in my opinion, great character models and its own stylistic art all the way around. So like, I'm a real graphics, I was gonna say whore, but a real graphics fan. And yeah, just the people models for this game just don't quite do it for me. I do like the textures of the equipment though. I like this because this kind of reminds me of what European armor type stuff should look like. Some games the armor just looks ridiculously fantastic, but some of these stuff actually looks like clothing. You know, so good textures, but the body that they stick it on is just kind of awkward. Really hard to describe, so I'll take awkward. He knows what I mean. Obram says, world is absolutely huge, 3 continents. Yeah, so it was a big game, plus you could build your own boats and go sailing the waters. I do believe if you sail, though, that you will hit some zone changes. That, I think, happens, but I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've done that part. And then Shiny Jim says, is it separated into factions? Obram says, yeah, some if I remember right, mainly racial factions. Yeah, I don't really remember a whole lot of factions, so like for setting it up for like, you know, PvP, faction-wise type PvP. I don't really remember that being the focus. I think it was pretty much just because, you know, like here I am on this island, I could still travel to any island and there wasn't like people would attack me or anything like that. So it allowed for that open world exploration. I just don't remember there being that kind of focus on who could do what and what faction you belong to. Shiny Jim says, that's leather though, isn't it? Well, this might be leather. This is probably some kind of leather. But to me, it still looks like how I would imagine leather. It probably is leather because I'm a healer here. Where's my character? Let me tell you what I'm wearing. Yes, it's medium head armor. Doesn't really specify metal or otherwise, but I'll go out on a limb and say, yeah, it's probably some kind of leather armor. Just says medium, but medium is probably fancy word for leather. Oh, that girl summoned Venom. Oh, did she? I was too busy looking at stuff, I missed it. Oh, yeah, the Necromancer. Yeah. Oh, man. I might have to play a Necro again. I don't know what other pets they get, but the Necro was kind of fun because he did get like actually funky looking pets. Let's see if that's her over here. Oh, fatty. Whatever. Yeah, no. Yeah, and like you could get skin grafts that you attach to your pet to kind of customize it. Yeah, Necromancer was kind of cool. I never did a whole lot with it. The pet just seemed kind of weak. I always died. But alright, let's see. Let's kill something else. Oh, it doesn't look like I can shoot, what is that called? Queue up my abilities here. Looks like I gotta hit them real time. There's another scorpion down. Uh-oh, I'm out of mana. Guess I'll just have to use crappy attacks until I build my mana back up. Energy, not mana. Let's see, that must be energy, some kind of mana. Oh, endurance. Okay, so you have your mana pool, your endurance pool, and your health pool. Great. More stuff to manage. Obram says, oh wait, I missed it here. Shiny Jim says, probably leather, I guess cloth leather plate. I think there might be chain in there too, but cloth leather plate would be kind of basic, but there might be a chain option. Obram says necropets are cool. Can harvest parts to use on your pet. Yeah, I knew you could grab something. And Shiny Jim says, if you can call a zombie a pet. Oops. See, I want to shift those around so I don't accidentally heal myself when I don't need it. Well, you know, I think a necromancer does call a zombie a pet. I wouldn't call a zombie a pet, but apparently it works for them. Ooh, do I gotta kill them? Greater. Okay, let's get a little endurance back because he looks tough. Alright, good enough. Downtime's not too terrible. I mean, it always sucks when, look at that, whatever I did just sucked the endurance right out of me. So that kind of sucks. Suck. But, oh, I'm dying. Heal. Bam. Oh, that breath brought back my endurance and some other stuff. Come on, heal. Got it. Look at that. You know what? Good call on a healer class that can fight. Oh, he don't call it a pet. Shiny Jim says a zombie is a minion. I suppose you could call it that. Well, my experience isn't skyrocketing high, but if I remember right, I think the only people that had like really cool attack animations was the spear and pole arm users. Everybody else just kind of looks like you're attacking, but nothing real fancy here. Let me get a little hot cocoa in me here, which is now kind of a cool cocoa, but okay, I gotta get one more hill scorpion. And then we'll go and get some graders. Hi, whatever your name is. Get this big old kick in. Bam. Got it. Alright, let me rest up a second. Then I can kill some of these greater scorpions, which are actually a little bit tougher. Shiny Jim says those punches look like some weird dance. That's what I'm saying. They're not very cool attack I gotta shift. Not very cool attack animations. But I think, if I remember, like I said, I really think the polearm users had some cool looking animations for their attacks. I could be thinking of another game, but I thought they had neat attacks. E-Claw says, yeah, spear staff animations were great. I'll go all twirly spinny. There you go. That's what I thought. Everybody else just kind of looked like, you know, weird dancey stuff. Alright, Greater Hill Scorpion, take this and that, and take a kick and a punch and another punch and then a kick. And wait for it, and then a fancy punch. Wait for it. Oh, and a heal. And then a kick. Dude, I'm rocking this scorpion. Bam! Got that one. I need 3 more. Shiny Jim says, like someone that can't dance trying to dance. They based a character on me. That's awesome. Euglaw says, you can wield them as a disciple unless they change your proficiencies. Yeah, if I pick one up, I'll try it, because I definitely like to look cool when I go fighting. That's the important part. Not really how effective you are, just how cool you look doing it. Punch, punch, punch. And wait for it. Kick. That kick looks awful like a punch, though. Shiny Jim says, yeah, your cleric training. Go stomp scorpions in the desert. Well, part of it is I gotta practice healing myself while I fight the scorpions, so